Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Thursday, the 24th of October. All right, bit of an early look into Thursday's trading, just pretty much right at the start of the Asian session, end of the New York session. We've got pretty much the same sort of setup as what we've had the last or most of this week. If anything, dollar CAD has tested the high again, or tested that resistance line and still drifting lower. It's the best trending pair at the moment. So you're either looking at dollar CAD or CAD crosses, right? That's a clear indication that's where you should be looking. Outside of that, well, I'll show you on some different time frames. The dollar index and the euro are really at precarious sort of situation on a number of different levels. The rest of the currencies, well, they're just sort of whipping about the place. But today, it's all going to be about euro. We've got a cartload of, let me include that US durable goods. Obviously, the ECB meeting, the key play to it, but we do have some early numbers to maybe get a bit of a lead into the meeting. Euro, as I'll explain now, is in a little bit of a weird one, right? So if you just look at the hourly charts, and if you were just looking at the hourlies just in general, you'd see this same picture. And a lot of these currencies are just trading sideways, waiting for that next big sort of kick, except for dollar CAD. It's the best trending pair. As I said, it's looking pretty good. Oil's rallying, so that all points to a lower dollar CAD. Now, what am I talking about? So if you have a look at the dollar index, right? So if I just give you a bit of time, different time frames here. Back in the on the hourly charts, it's sort of back in the range, just hanging around this trend line that it's been whipping up and down. But have a look on the dailies. It's broken down, coming right back to test at the trend line, even the weeklies, right? So it's right at a precarious level there where it could either shoot back up into the range or continue to the downside. Now, if you have a look at the euro, it's not too indifferent. I mean, on the hourlies, it's just trading sideways. On the daily, right, it's broken through that resistance level. It's been coming back to test. It's right on that level again. And then same for the weeklies. It's just broken back into the range, and it's sort of sitting right at this level. So basically what we're waiting for is the whole market's waiting to see, is it going up or is it going down? Like it's to that indecisive level where everyone is waiting to see what's happening. So that's why when you come back and you think, well, how are we going to know whether we're a buyer or a seller? Well, it comes back down to the economic numbers, right? This is what you've got to be looking at. And you think, well, I don't know. Well, check out this stuff, right? This is all based around euro. Obviously, the German manufacturing numbers, and you've got the Eurozone manufacturing numbers, the ECB meeting and press conference. Okay, I think that's going to be a bit of a calamity. Draghi's last meeting, I can't see anything they could do would be positive. There might be some sort of announcement which gives a bit of a knee jerk to the top side, but overall, this thing should be going down. We're waiting to hear. US durable goods could give us the dollar side of it very nicely. What we're looking for ideally is some stronger US numbers. If those US durable goods come in stronger, it will sort of tilt things towards the downside for euro. Now, if this comes in weak, well, and we get some dovish comments out of the ECB, well, you know what? It's going to diffuse the whole momentum. And once again, we're going to be sitting still again. But the fact is, it's about the potential, right? Potential for the fundamentals to catch up with the whole dovish sort of weird situation in the Eurozone. To me, that's the goer at this point in time. So, and I'd say after the end of today, if we get anything out of the ECB, we'll have clearer direction on the dollar index and the euro. I mean, it's sitting, as I said, right at levels where we can work out some clear direction here. Outside of that, you know what? Unfortunately, we've still got these geopolitical events playing out. I mean, Trump's doing some weird things around this impeachment stuff. Brexit, well, good luck, Boris. And we haven't heard anything from the China-US trade issue at this point. So just hold on to your hat, right? You got to wait for these events to pop up. And that's where you can really get some action. So, and you look at the news, you're going to start seeing, because there's nothing new happening. There's been no fresh data. There's been nothing to write about. So you're going to see these opinionated sort of pieces. So pound euro stabilise against dollars as EU weighs Brexit. You know, some Wall Street shrugging, weaker earnings. Here's the calamity in the US. You know, Republican lawmakers storm the hearing. I mean, it just tells me that Trump knows he's in trouble and he's just doing everything he can to disrupt the whole thing, which is just ludicrous. And that's pretty much it. So the other part is here. You can see ECB staff backs drugonomics, but resents his kitchen cabinet survey. So basically, they know they have to do a bit more QE, okay, to get things moving in the Eurozone. I don't think it's going to do anything, but the whole idea and structure of the ECB, of what they've been doing, you know what? After this meeting and the next meeting, Christine Lagarde, zero experience as a central banker, zero experience in this whole calamity of managing the whole Eurozone. So I can see a huge fallout after this meeting, whereas they just go into complete breakdown. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm bearish Euro for a number of different reasons, and even Draghi leaving's another sort of piece to the puzzle. All right, guys, that's it from me. I can't see a hell of a lot happening in the Asian session today. So, and that's just the way it is. There's no data. It's the last week of the month. Just prepare yourself for trading during the European session will be the key part of it. All right, guys, that's it for me. Have a good trade day. Cheerio.